Morning. I get asked all the time how long it took me to train and what qualification I did, so I just thought I'd do a little video to tell everybody while I get ready for work. So it took me about a year, but that was just because of COVID. I could have had it done a lot quicker than that. So I did 12 assessments that were online. You do all your e-learning, and then you have to do an assessment at the end of it which gets marked, and there's 12 of them, and I did that in about 3 months, so I did that really quickly during COVID. I've got to love tea. And then when I'd finished that, you then get the chance to book your practical, which should have been a 2-week clinical in Birmingham, but it wasn't. It was a week because they condensed it down into one, which was annoying. So because I had to wait for them dates, and I had to wait longer than I would have ordinarily had to wait, that's what delayed it. Otherwise I could have had it done much quicker. So I did all the online assessments and I did really well with that. I got really good marks, and I ploughed through it because I was just wanting to get it done out of the way. And then I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited for a date for my practical. So in the meantime, I studied reflexology and I did gel nails, which I don't do any of anymore. So that was a bit of a waste really, but it was something to do. And then I, excuse me, went to Birmingham in August 21, I think. August 21, and I did a week of clinical there, and it's intense clinical. So I stayed in Birmingham for the whole week. You do however many hours during clinic in the daytime, and you have real people that come in and get their feet done for free, which is really good for them. I met loads of nice people. There was actually a girl from Plesley, which is just up the road from me, and we've kept in contact. Although I've kept in contact with everybody, we do see each other fairly regularly, a couple of times a year maybe, but we speak often. So when you do your foot course, you learn about the whole body. You don't just learn about feet, you learn about everything. So you learn about the circulatory system, you learn about everything really. Skin, nails, hair, heart, lungs, all your organs. You learn about all of that. And it's really good. And then when you qualify, you go on a register. So I'm on something called the Foot Reg. So if you Google my name on the Foot Reg, I come up and I've got a PIN number, and that proves that I've done all the training, and it proves that I'm qualified. That isn't, however, your insurance. That's separate, so you need to make sure you get insurance. While I was training, I started buying all of my kit because it's so expensive. So I started buying things like my autoclave and my ultrasonic machine. Started buying nippers, all bits of equipment, just because it's so expensive. It probably cost me about £5,000 to set up my business, including the qualification. Probably cost me about £5,000, so it's not cheap. So when people say, oh, it's just cutting toenails, it's only a 10-minute job. No, it's not. That would be my best advice. If you are doing it, just make sure you start buying your kit little and often, and then that just breaks down the cost for you. What else do you need to know? It's amazing, absolutely love it. I've always wanted to do it. I didn't realise that you could train as a foot health practitioner. I just knew that you couldn't train as a chiropodist anymore. 1 second. Sorry, my daughter just came in. She's off to secondary for a transition day today. Good. Don't like it. In other news, if anybody can tell me how to get rid of these eye bags, I'd be very grateful, because I just cannot get rid of them. Hate it. Thanks, Dad. Blame you. Anyway, I knew that you couldn't train as a chiropodist anymore, because technically that title doesn't exist, although it does, because there's still chiropodists out there. But you can't train as a chiropodist anymore. So I didn't realise that you could do foot health. I thought you had to just go to uni and become a podiatrist, which I would absolutely love to do. That is my dream. However, at this current moment, it's not something that I can do. And I was very fortunate, and I was in the right place at the right time and was put in contact with a lady who is a foot health practitioner. And that's how I found out that I could do it. So very, very grateful to her. So foot health practitioners and chiropodists are very similar. We're slightly different, but we're quite similar. In comparison to a podiatrist, a chiropodist and a foot health practitioner are more alike. A podiatrist is doctor level, so if you need surgery, that's who you'd go to. A podiatrist would do that for you. Not a foot health practitioner. They can inject you, they can remove your toenail for you, they can do all kinds of things that we can't. If I ever come across anything that I'm not sure about, I refer on. I don't do anything that I'm uncomfortable with, that I'm not able to do. If it's out of my scope of practice, then I just refer people on and never ever do anything that I'm not sure of. What else? Let me have a think. So one of the things that I've come across after I've qualified is occasionally you're going to come across a patient that needs more than the toenails doing. So what I mean by that is you're going to get a patient who perhaps needs an adult care referral. They perhaps need some additional support, and I didn't receive any training for that, so I found that very difficult. I had to... One second. Sorry about that. I had to learn how to do that all on my own because nobody tells you what to do. That is really hard. You are going to come across situations that you did not sign up for. I once went to a lady and she didn't answer the door. Lives by herself, no family, blah 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 blah. Long story short, had to ring the police because I thought she was dead. She wasn't. She was fine. That's a whole other story. But yeah, it's an absolutely amazing career. Absolutely love it. So glad that I've done it. It's hard. It's not just cutting toenails. There's a lot of work involved. There's a lot of expense involved. A lot of expense that people don't necessarily see. But yeah, amazing. Absolutely amazing. And now I'm here 2 years on in my own place. These are my certificates. Ta-da! This, let me show you, let me turn it around 1 second. So these are the modules that you do. So as you can see, there are 12. And that's what you study for. That's my actual certificate. So one thing I didn't say is I am a SAC-DIP Level 4 Registered Foot Health Practitioner. And what that means is I studied at Stonebridge Associate College, and that's in Birmingham. And the DIP means diploma. So that's why some foot health practitioners have different registration numbers. This is my place. So long story short, I would tell anybody to do it. I absolutely love it. It's an amazing career. It's really rewarding. I sound a bit like a man because I've got a sore throat. Yeah, do it. If you're thinking about doing it and you've got any questions, ask me. If I can help you, I will. I'm not saying I will have the answer, but I'll try. Yeah, if there's anything else you want to know that I've not covered, just send me a message or just comment on my video. And that's it really. I just thought I'd explain to everybody because everybody asks me.